Hi, everybody. I hope you're doing well. I know there's been a lot going on in the collective patterns. I've been talking to you a lot I'm feeling it in my own life. We're in this transformative period of collective energy, requiring more of us, but not in a negative way. It's simply asking us to become more of who we are, to continue to grow and expand into the fullness of who each of us actually is, that we're needed. We're needed to be present on the planet at this time in a deeper way. So, as you are experiencing some of the trials and tribulations and the fatigue or the hardship of whatever your experience is, be kind to yourself and look for answers that not only conserve your energy, but that give you some inspiration about who you're meant to be, what this experience is calling out in you, so that you can understand this is a growing opportunity, not a punishment opportunity. So this week, we're going to continue to feel the complexity or the involvement, the over-involvement that our life is calling us to do in certain areas, whatever that is for you. And we're going to reach another climax this week. I would say Wednesday, Thursday feel like the most potent days. And then Friday has the potential as well. But as we get into the weekend, we're starting to move into this flatter pattern that takes up the first week of September. So hang in there. We're almost through this intense period of time. And I think as we reflect upon this, once we're through it, we'll realize how significant and important it was to the next 6 months to year of our life. Okay. So everything always comes full circle. Now, a couple of things I want to share with you. The first, before I forget, Wednesday at 4 o'clock West Coast, 7 o'clock East Coast, I'm going to appear on Trisha Dicka's uh, podcast on Facebook. We're going to talk all about abundance. I love talking about abundance. It's just like my second language. And she invited me on her show. So it's free. You guys can join us, ask questions, or weigh in on the conversation, whatever sounds good to you. But we'll talk about manifestation, receiving, everything. I mean, I love this stuff. The second thing I want to share with you, the Love Reinvention and Identity class has been moved to January. Those of you who've already enrolled, I talked to you about it. But the short version is in July, I had a personal situation occur which set me off my course for about 3.5 weeks. So now I'm back in my regular speed, but I didn't get to finish my book. And the book's almost done, but the book does go with the class. And also, there's a meditation bundle that goes with the class as well. I need to finish both of those things, and I wanted to give plenty of space. And of course, as we get into the fall and the end of the year, the holidays and all of that really starts to interfere with our ability to stay focused on a 7 week class that we're going to do every Saturday, right? So I thought, let's just start it first of the year. So there's time for you guys to think about it and register if you'd like to. We have plenty of space in that class right now. The second thing I'm super excited to tell you about, and everybody's been asking me for this anyhow, but I'm starting to create a whole meditation series from relationships to abundance to karma to clearing the chakras to enhancing your intuition to law of attraction. I mean, everything. I'm just going to put it all out there and create blocks of meditations for you guys to have. One of the things that has occurred, I did a lot of meditations, 30-day meditations, 90-day meditations on Facebook. They started deleting content after 30 days. So I know recently someone said, "Hey, could I have that meditation?" And I went back and I didn't have it because I put it on Facebook. And so what I've tend to have done in the last few years is I try to keep all my content for myself. But I've gotten a little lazy because Facebook and all the applications and YouTube have done such a good job housing it, but Facebook no more. There's still a lot on my YouTube channel, but I'm going to have this on my own in my own library at my office. So, but I'm excited to do these meditations. Some will be they'll be self-guided, some will have music, some will not, but it'll be in the flavor and the tenor that you know me to do. That information will come out on Thursday, and you can decide what feels good to you. And so again, just moving into all the various parts of my person and expanding like we all are doing right now. The last thing I want to share with you, for those of you who really need to get in and you're feeling the pressure of the inflation and all of that weighing in, I'm until September 1st, I'm going to give you a 15% inflation buster that you can use on my services. I know these are hard times for folks. So I want to support you in that way. So just use the code Inflation Buster, one word, and you can have the 15% off until September 1st. Anyhow, I think that's just about it. You know, life is an interesting journey in so many respects, can be extremely difficult and challenging to just find the stamina to face the day. But we have to know that there's a reason and a purpose for what we're going through. And it's our soul's development, its connection to divinity, and to refine that process. It's so easy to get caught up in uh, the let's call it the reality of the physical experience and feel like that's all that there is. So the more we expand out and recognize there's much more to the dimension of what's happening, we begin to feel more peaceful. And the practices and why meditation is so beautiful for that, it keeps us centered in the truth of energy and the greater reality. So yeah, good stuff. Okay, my friends, looking forward to your comments and questions. Have a great week. The craziness is almost behind us. Okay, bye.